I decided to go live today instead of doing my regular Friday broadcast. Um, Up here with Sienna. Say hi, Cece. And I just decided this would be easier today. It's been a busy day. Had my physical therapy and that, but wanted to kind of share with you what's going on around here and give you a little more realistic perspective of life. Hey, Marco. How you doing, Marco? Come here, Mr. Curious. Um, we had what was supposed to be cloudy weather. Sorry, allergies are just killing me right now. We were supposed to have some mild cloudy weather last night. Ends up being a torrential downpour, which was awesome. In fact, I'm up on the upper terrace here, and you can see what's going on. But let's walk over here. I'm going to show you. This is the sediment that we're going to go to here. Beautiful day, actually. The sediment pond was dried out, and now it's got 8 inches of water still in it. Had 2 feet this morning, which is awesome, except for the fact that it wasn't supposed to rain at all. So I had some other plans set for today that didn't work out. Now, I am just taking care of some miscellaneous stuff. I tried to do the video on the kiddie pool and sand thing that I was going to show you. And for some reason, my phone decided to stop in the middle of recording. So I missed the assembly stuff. So I'll actually do that later. I want to show you some of the stuff that's growing. The comfrey is doing nice. We've got a ton of onions, right, Marco? Yeah, here's Marco, just got to help out. But we've got a ton of onions. We've got more comfrey coming in. These are the new stalks sneaking up. That's a new roots coming up from it. Comfrey is a great mineral accumulator. It pulls from deep in the earth. Makes a great fertilizer. Some of the onions and that we've got. You can see they're splitting. There you go. Splitting out, so we're pretty happy about that. And in general, spring has sprung. The plants are starting to look better. Starting to get a little bud growth on pretty much everything. We've got blooms on some things. Still have pumpkins in the field. I've left them out here. But I've got that. I've got, here's a ton more onions and some garlic mixed in there. Some of our trees haven't started budding yet. This is one of our apples. I'm hoping it will survive. It's not doing so hot. It took a beating last year. Here's another apple. Still got one leaf on it, so at least we know it's alive. And it seems to be somewhat flexible. You can tell by this just bumping it like that. And then also the buds looks like they're starting to come out, so that's a good sign. Apples took a worse hit last year for us. This one is another example of one, and it, as you can see, it doesn't flex at all. Some of the lower branches flex a little bit, but this one could be pretty much dead. It's not stable, so if it roots, that's fine. If not, replace it. What else? I've got loquats over here coming in beautifully. This thing is starting to really load up with growth. See all the new growth in there. But all in all, it's a quiet day. We've had, with the rains last night, we had heavy winds today. And when I say heavy winds, during high winds we get 90 to 100 miles an hour, ripping from that into the property, and it kind of cuts down and across. So over time I'm building up the wind block. We'll walk down there actually. This is about 150 feet wide here, from one side to the other. So it's not huge, but how I've got it structured, it actually gives me more vertical height. So instead of 0.6 acres, I probably have 3/4 with how the terraces, like this, and this whole wall back here are set up, which gives me a lot more growing space. What we got? More onions and garlic over here. But the key point is that we have bamboo, sugar cane, more bamboo, moringa, more sugar cane, and there's another clump of bamboo back in there, and some more over here, and then some more down here, and then also there's a clump up there. There's more stalks coming in. This is new stuff that just started showing up this is by our fig. So these are great. These are timber bamboo. I've got 3 of them coming in. What I'm going to probably do is actually dig those up, because I want to protect our fig a little bit, and then transplant them along the edge up here behind it, so that this whole area gets protected by Japanese timber bamboo. And if doing so cuts the wind by 20 or 30%, I'd be extremely happy with that. Seed potatoes are doing well. If the dogs would stop playing up here, like this little guy was pulled up partway, so got to recover him. I got other ones coming up, lots scattered about through, which is nice. Haven't really pushed the annual crops this year yet. Just I wanted to see where everything was. I'd put a bunch of root cuttings and culms and things like that into the ground for different types of plants, and because we had the extreme weather last year, a lot of stuff didn't come up. And then this year I'm noticing that things that were dead, perfect example is this New Zealand spinach right here, was dead. My bush cherry was dead, and apparently they weren't. They were just in really, really, really good hibernation for months. So now I'm waiting to see what actually will be coming up. And from there, we've got all the new trees that we just put in this year. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get a better shot on that. See, this is new growth with blooms. It's looking beautiful. See if I can get a better focus. But, things are looking a lot better this year. There we go. Get it out of direct sun. We got lots of blooms on other things. This is a beauty plum. I've got I think that, is this one of my peaches? No, this is my Desert Delight, nectarine. This was one of the first things out of the gate this year. Put it in, a week after we put it in, it started growing. And the moringa is still holding its own, so that's a good thing. So we should have a good cycle of moringa. I'm using it for canopy trees. Oh, and this is our persimmon. These are the good ones. These are Fuyu. These are the flat ones. I don't like the others, the American. They look like a little, almost like a Roma tomato. These ones, though, are so much sweeter. Let's see if I can get a shot of the bud for you here. Yeah, there you go. But much sweeter, and the skin is, you can actually eat. So with the others, the skin is really bitter. You can jelly it or whatever, but I don't want to peel them. I just want to grab them and eat them. Lots of new growth on the guavas. Here's one of the new guavas. See the beautiful new growth on it. Very happy about that. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, guavas. But what's interesting is this particular one down here. Let's get down to it. Oh, there's my artichoke. You want to talk a big artichoke? How's that? That's 2 artichokes. Yep, grow them from little tiny plants. And yeah, it's a beast. But here's my guava. Now, this guava, what's interesting about this guava, even though it's not doing so hot right the minute, it actually died twice last year. We ended up with an early frost, which took it to the ground. Then it started to come back, and then we got those heat waves, and it died back again. And it was literally under the ground. And this is all new growth. Started about, I guess, October, September, October range. It started putting on new growth, and then it got hit a little bit by the cold. We had hard frost this year, but it's got new buds everywhere. Lots of new growth on it, starting out. So I'm looking forward to see what kind that is. But yeah, there's my artichoke underneath. Look at those trunks. Looks like there's a snail. Get him. It's not good. A couple of them is fine, but yeah, I don't want. Come here, you little bugger. Let me get it. Reach in there. Hey, that little bugger. Yeah, found a culprit. Just a quick smash into the rocks, and he's good to go. Birds will get him. Other than that, everything's just kind of mellow today. High winds. Well, I wouldn't. These aren't high winds. We've been getting some gusting, but nothing too insane. But it does drive my allergies up the wall. Oh, my one blueberry made it. Survived. So, I don't think the other. I put in 5 of them last year. Hey, Marco. Here comes Sasha. This good. Sticks to Mark, the tomatoes. But the papaya. Here's a papaya. Pop the dead off of it. Doesn't look so hot.